Hello everyone, it's Amy and welcome back for another journaling on a budget starting from scratch. And today I thought that we would decorate the first page in our journal. In last week, I was talking and I said that the reason that I don't sew in my spines, and then I said, well, I'll show you in a minute. And then I realized I didn't show you. So this is what I was talking about. Okay, so I've decided that I really love the way that this looks. So I want to do this on my first page. And but the reason that I don't like to sew my spines in right from the beginning is because then they're just stuck there. And if I were to stencil this on here and I didn't like it, now I could cover it up. I could fix it somehow. But if it's sewn in, it's there, it's not going anywhere. It would have to be covered. But because this page so far has not been used, I haven't done anything with it yet. If I were to mess it up, I could, if I wanted to, take another blue piece and put it in its place. So that's part of the reason that I don't sew them in to start with, is because if I mess it up, I can take it out if I need to. Now, if I've already done things on this side or something, then I might not want to take it out anyways, because I would lose the whole thing. But that's one of the reasons I leave them out. And then the other reason I leave them out is because then I can take them right out of the book and work on them. Remember, we numbered them in the beginning, so I know where it goes. And so that's another reason that I don't sew them in, because I really would much prefer, especially like to stencil. This is going to be a whole lot easier stenciling here on my nice flat desk than to try it inside the book. And now I have to figure out get my stencil. Here it is. And I thought that I would stencil this at the top and then put some flowers at the bottom and maybe a little label where, you know, it could be used to put the owner of the book or the name of the book. So we'll start with going ahead, and I'm going to do it in the pink because I really do like the way that that looks. So I'm just going to get some of this out of here, and I'm going to put it on my palette. I wonder if I can pour it. I don't want too much because I don't want to waste it. There's not a lot of paint here. But there we go. And then remember, when you stencil, get some of the paint on your sponge or whatever you're using, and then tap it off a little bit so you don't have a big glob that's going to go right through. I do have to kind of decide how I want it to look. Oh, I think I like it like the way I had it. And I'm going to put that right up close to the top, remembering that I'm not going on the outside of this. So this is going to be the first bit of paint that I have. Look at my edges and see if I'm about centered. I would prefer to be closer to this edge than that edge if I'm not centered, and I am going to move it over even just a little bit to do that, because once it's in the book, well, no, this is our front page, so I do want to center it. If this was a middle page, I might move closer to this edge, because once it's in the book and everything's folded together, it kind of, you lose a little bit of that edge. You don't see it as well. Okay, let's get to stenciling. I thought we would go ahead and get a page done in our book. And what better place to start than the front page? Normally, I don't start any place particular. I don't go in order. I just do whatever I feel like doing at the time. But I did like the way this looked. I liked the way it looked on the blue, and our front page was blue. And I thought, well, how perfect. We'll go ahead and get the front page done. Again, being careful not to go over the edges, but if I do, I do. It's not that big of a deal. And sorry for going quiet. I have a hard time just doing the little chatty thing, but we're all doing well. These videos are, this video is 3 weeks ahead of time. So, you know, anything that I were to say with what's going on right now would have been 3 weeks ago when you're watching this. But We are all doing well, and I hope that everyone is staying safe. I hope by the time that this airs, things are getting more figured out and getting better everywhere in the world. We have to remember the one thing is we're all in the same boat. Not even just our whole country, whatever country we're in, but the whole world. We're all in the same boat, so we'll all come out of this on the other side, and then we'll figure things out at that point in time. So there we go. Oh, I like it. I just really like that. So we've got that on there now. Got a little extra paint. Not sure what I'm going to do with that. I'll figure that out later. Don't ever waste your paint. Put it on something. And then I thought that we would put some flowers here at the bottom. And so I've just got our box of flowers. And I just grabbed out the top. Now this one went right off the edge of the page, so I had to cut it flat, but I can still use it because I can put it on the edge of a page here where I would want to cut it off anyways. That's kind of pretty. I kind of think I want a pink, and I want a label. And I also have some little bits of foliage. And those two aren't bad. We'll put those there, and maybe we'll want them in when we're done. We'll kind of try. I don't like that one at all for this. I really, really want pink. And I think I want to put the label on this side. I don't know why. That's kind of pretty. I like that one. I like that one, I think, better than those. I'm going to put that one over there. I know I don't want red or yellow. Here's some roses. No, those aren't. They look like roses, but those leaves don't. I don't really care for that one either. It's a little bit too short. And that one's kind of pretty. I don't know why I'm liking the little spindly ones, it looks like. Little berries. No. I don't think I need any leaves right now. But it's good to cut them out when you find them, because you don't always find them that often. That one's too small. Maybe if I find a small one. I kind of like that. I kind of like that one. If I find a small one, maybe I'll need to put some leaves or something underneath of it to move it up a little bit. Because you don't want them floating on your page. Of course, we can always, I'm going to leave a couple of those out just in case. Don't need orange. That would definitely not go. That was kind of short. So yeah, you just go through and kind of choose what you want. And at some point, you have to remember to quit. Because, especially like I have a very large box there. I don't like that with that at all. Oh, I love this one. But, being that it goes up into there, this is just not the page for it. No, well, let's just kind of take a quick glance through what we've got here. And we could also do like a whole arrangement of them. That's not what I'm feeling like today. If I was doing this tomorrow, I might be thinking that's what I want to do. Because you really never know. Their little stems are there, so that is the bottom of that. That might look cute behind something instead of leaves. Let's see if I have anything else that's, ooh, there's pink leaves. I do like those. Alrighty. These are mostly yellows. Here's one more A couple more tall ones. One more tall one. All right, let's get rid of all these. Put them back in the box. Like I said, at some point we have to make a decision. Okay, I don't think I want white. I do like this one. Maybe with those, maybe not. I like this one too, but it's really short. But if I move that up, like that, you know, it's too big. It's just not what I want. I really like that one. That one's going to go there for sure. And then I'll just have to decide if I want to put the little purple ones at the bottom or not. Yeah, I think I do. So I'm going to put that up just a little bit like that. And make sure you get it spread out to the edge so that it doesn't fall off your page and things don't get stuck on it. Got a little glue there on the top, so I'm just going to kind of lift it off. There we go. And then this one I'm going to let hang off the bottom just a little bit and then cut it off. I should make a glue stand for this project. Show you all how to do that. A glue holder that holds it upside down. Yep, I like it. I think that looks very pretty, so we can put our flowers away for now. And then figure out what label we want to put over there. Nope. I think that's good like it is, since we still have more to go over here. Then also, if I wanted, I could doodle around the stenciled part too, and that might be really pretty. I would have to see what I have to doodle with, because my markers I think would be too fat, and the way to know what it might look like would be to take this one and doodle around it and see if I liked it or not. And then if I didn't like it, it wouldn't be my first page. But I definitely don't want to use the markers because they are so wet right now. They're so juicy that they will soak right through this paper, which means that they would soak through onto my next page. Not a big deal if that happens. Then the next page you just put something on there that's going to cover it up. I'm going to cut off just the little bottom bits of those, of that flower. That. There we go. And so that's what our page is going to look like. And then we need our little label right there. So I am going to, because I'm not exactly sure where I put the labels, they're here somewhere, but I'm going to go find those labels, look through some other things and see what I have to see what we may want to do here, and I will be right back. Okay, I am back and I found my tags. So I chose a tag that I thought would be a nice size. I used a blue pen to draw some lines on it, and or a label, I guess they call those. And so when I usually do my lines and stuff in black. And when I originally did this little one, it was like, oh, you did that in blue. But actually that's perfect for this page, would be to have it done in blue. So I did that one in blue too. And then the other thing that I did when we made our stamps the other day, we had the extra little piece. Hold on a minute, I have it drawing in a book. We had this extra little piece when we made our edge stamp, and I said, well, I was going to keep that. I'm going to use this to as an edge stamp. I don't think I'm going to put any decoration on it. I think I'm going to leave it solid. And I really want to put it along the edge of this book. Oh, I really kind of wanted it to go this way. Can I make that work? No, I can't. I would have had to glue it the other way. So I could put it over here, or I could still put it over there. That's where I want it. And so we're just going to put a little bit of our pink paint on there. And I did use the pink paint that I had left over. I should have saved it. Where did I put my sponge? I guess I'm just going to have to use another one. The reason I would look for the one that I'm looking for is because it already has, here it is, it already has some paint on it, so it won't soak up as much paint. So we're going to see how this one works with paint. We tried them with the markers, but I don't have any markers the color that I would want to put on this page. And I just want it to be like very delicate. So I'm hoping, I'm not sure if this is gonna, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get the paint on there that way. Well, here's a little paintbrush that came with the paint, so we'll paint the paint on there. And we'll see how it looks, and we'll just hope it looks good. Now, I lined it right up to the edge of my cardboard, and I can leave a little bit of thicker places and thinner places so it will have a little texture. That'll be cool. But I lined this up with the edge of the cardboard so that whenever I wanted to use it, I would know right where the edge of the stamp was. So hopefully I get it on there quick enough that it doesn't dry. Alrighty. Hopefully we'll keep our fingers crossed. Once you put it down, it's down. Don't move it. Just like any other stamp. Give the paint time to soak off of our stamp and onto the paper or into the paper. And hopefully it worked. Voila, it did. And I think that looks pretty cool. Now there's a little bit of, you know, this is going to be rounded off anyways. I'm going to say there's a little bit of blue right there. I could go ahead and, actually I probably could just use the paint that's on here. Nope. Take the little brush and just touch that up a little bit, because that's when I said don't move it. Once it's down, because I could tell that I was just a little bit crooked. But I like the way that that looks. And I will definitely be using that. It would be cute, like, to put on the edge of some tags and stuff like that, too. There we go. I like the way that that looks. So that's another thing that, you know, just a leftover from when we made a stamp, made another stamp, and it looks really good. And then we have our label, and it's like a to or from. I mean, it's like a this book belongs to, or if somebody wants to name the journal, however that may come out. But I want that right there, and I thought it needs something underneath of it. So I went ahead and I took a piece of dryer sheet and I used it to sop up the pink paint that we had left over last time. And so I thought that that might look good under there like that. Now I'm not 100% sure if I think that's just too much pink. So I think I'm going to rip another piece of dryer sheet and see what it looks like with just the white dryer sheet, because I love the way the white dryer sheets look. You know, I always take the edges off, just because I want it to be nice and fluffy. It just gives it such pretty little fuzzy hairs. And I love the way that it looks that way. So let's put that one up there for a second. See how big we need this to be. Okay, I'm going to rip it right about here. And then about here. And it rips one way easier than the other. There we go. So now we have this. And can you see all the little fuzzies on there? They just look so nice. I really like those. So put that on there. And then put that on top of it. And I would just glue this dryer sheet in the middle and then put this on top and glue it down, and it will soak through, but leaving all of this to stay fuzzy. And I really think I like it better with the white than I do with the pink. I think that the pink is just too much, especially since it's all the same color pink. So we're going to put this on here. Put a little glue in the middle. And I do want it at a little bit of an angle. Like that. And then we'll glue this down. I also thought about putting a little bit of the pink paint around the edge of this. And that too, I thought made it just too much pink. I'm going to get my glue out to the edges and then put just a little bit more in the middle to make sure that it holds down on here. And there we go. Now I am going to stick that in a book. I'm going to put a plastic bag on each side so that my paint doesn't stick and so that my glue doesn't stick. And get that in a nice heavy book so that it dries nice and flat. I like the way that that looks. I think that'll be a really nice first page. So I'm going to put this in to dry. And, oh, there was one other thing I had. I had this stamp that came on an envelope, so I ripped it off. And I think I'm going to cut this butterfly out. I really liked the way it had like the February on there and everything, but I think that this page could really use a butterfly, and this yellow I think will be a nice contrast to all of the pink we have going on there. So I'm just going to fussy cut it. Oh, I could have left white around the edge. That would have made it easier. I didn't think about it. Yeah, so don't forget to save stamps if you get, you know, we don't get stamps on mail very much anymore. Usually they come with, you know, that like I don't know what you call it, but so I was really happy when, and I got another one the other day too with a snail on it. And there is no way that I can cut those antennas. So I'm just going to, I'll just draw an antenna on when I'm done. It's easier than you think, really, to do the antennas. I have a little bit too much white right here. And I thought that would look really pretty right up in there. Maybe, I think I like it there better. So we'll just put a little glue on this. Making sure I get it all over, because being that it's the stamp and the envelope underneath, it's pretty thick. Yeah, that's just what that page needed. So I'm going to stick this, oh, I'll show you how to do an antenna. I'm going to do it in black. Maybe I'm going to do it in black. I think all I have here is blue. Yep, well, we're going to do it in blue because that's what I have here. But it's just, you know, just start there and make it just a very quick swoosh. So just up that way. That's it. Don't, if you like, lift it a little in the middle. Don't try and redo it. Just start at the head. Really quick swoosh. There you go. And then what I do is I don't touch the line that I just drew, but at the end of that line I put a little dot with a space. A space between the line and the dot. And that's how I do my antennas. So very simple. Alrighty, I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, I'm back and we have our book. And let's see what the front page looks like after it dried under the book. And there we go. So when you open this up, it's going to look like this. And I really do like the way that that looks. We'll do a little close up here. But we have the butterfly on there. And don't forget, you can just do your own antennae. Tennis, whatever. And then we have our lovely fuzzy dryer sheet under here. And so, you know, you see people and you think, oh, they have all these cool fibers and, you know, I don't have any. Well, you probably have a dryer sheet or two. And if you don't have any, start saving them because they make great fibers. The little fuzzies coming off, they just look so soft and wispy, and it is just a great fiber to use on your projects. I think that our label looks really nice, and I like the way that this turned out. So thank you very much for stopping by today. I really do appreciate it, and I hope that you all have an outstanding day. Bye-bye.